Hey guys, it's Glenn here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to perfect the underhand forehand net shot in badminton. So the underhand forehand net shot is best used when you're rallying with your opponent, just going back and forth, and you're trying to catch them off guard and you want to win the point. So this would really benefit, like I said, as an element of surprise. That's pretty much what the purpose of doing the shot is to catch your opponent off guard. So there are three ways to perform this tactic. The first step, get into a ready position, ready to field the birdie. And so the first step is, watch my feet right here. You're gonna go 1, 2, like that. Notice how my front foot is at a 90-degree angle, or almost a 90-degree angle, and my back foot is on my toes. So I'm in a stable position, and I'm ready to hit the birdie and make contact without wobbling back and forth, and I'm in a stable position. So that's the first step. The second thing is, after you already took those 2 steps, you want your arm to be shoulder length, and the top of your racket to be up. So once your arm is at, you don't want your arm here, you don't want your arm too high, because if it's low, it's gonna, the birdie's gonna fall and you're gonna give your opponent more time to react. So you want to be just shoulder length, have your racket in the air, and then just kind of like meet the birdie. You're not gonna really want to hit You're not really going to want to hit the birdie high because, like I said, it's an element of surprise. So you're just going to want to just meet the birdie, tap it right over the net just so it falls over like that. And the third element of this, let me just perform it again. 1, 2, feet. Make sure that your arm's at a good point. Hit the birdie, and then after your opponent hits the birdie, make sure to get back into ready position to field the birdie if they do make contact with it, because you want to keep the point and keep rallying. So all right, let me just show you guys a couple things that people mess up on. One thing is, after you take the 2 steps to go and field the birdie, some people just stay in this position, and if the opponent does hit the birdie, however they do, you got to make sure to jump back. Some people just stay in this position, kind of like hit the birdie and they're just kind of waiting. You got to make sure to hop back, like I mentioned, so you're ready to field the birdie if it's back here, or if it's over here, field the birdie. So you got to make sure to field it. So another step being that people mess up on is they keep their grip too tight. Notice how my grip was pretty loose. So 1, 2 step, my grip is pretty loose here. It's not too tight around the racket. So when you hit the birdie, if it's really tight, the birdie's gonna fly up in the air. And like I keep reiterating, it's an element of surprise. So you want to just hit the birdie lightly to kind of just meet it when it's coming down, and just kind of pop it over the net so the opponent doesn't have time to react to it. Like I said, keep your racket head high, so when the birdie, it doesn't have time to come down. It's kind of just really lightly, it comes over the net, and then you got to keep it high so it just meets it. So it's kind of like you're just meeting the birdie. It's not really like a hit. So like I said, arm shoulder width, and you see how there's like a little bend in my arm. It's not flat, it's not up like that. It's not down like really like big arc. It's kind of just like a little arc when my racket is still high up. So when the birdie comes, you just kind of meet it, and then it will just pop right over the net like that. So let me just show you guys a demonstration of this. Ready position, step 1, throw the birdie up. You see how I just kind of, arm is at a little bit of an angle, shoulder width apart, foot, front foot almost at a 90-degree angle, back foot with my heel off the ground and my feet up, ready in a stable position. Let me just show you guys one more time. You got the birdie right here. See, I just kind of tapped it up. If there was an opponent there, I would have hit the birdie a little bit over the net, so they would have had to really rush in and react to the birdie and hit the birdie over the net. So it's for just the element of surprise, like I mentioned. And a couple things that people screw up on when doing this are their hand placement. Their hand grip is too tight, so when they hit the birdie, it really pops up high in the air, and their opponent has more time to react to it. And another thing is they don't get back. Like I mentioned, 1, 2, feet, arm placement high, hit the birdie over the net. You can't just stay here. You got to really make sure to pop back in the ready position, hit the birdie, wherever it may be. All right. And just a little recap of my steps. Step 1, ready position, front foot, boom, just like that. You see the angle of my front foot, back foot on my toes. Step 2, keep your arm level, shoulder level. You rack your head up, and if the birdie's coming this way, you just gotta meet the birdie. Just kind of, you don't really hit it. My hand is loose, not really low, not really too high. There's a little arc to my hand, and you're just meeting the birdie. Right when it's coming over, you're just letting it tap right off the racket, so you get a little drop shot right over the net. Let me just show you guys one more demonstration. Ready position, birdie up, just tap it, just a little arcing shot right over to get your opponent off guard, and so he doesn't have time to react and hit the birdie back over the net. And if he does hit it over the net, 1, 2, tap the birdie, make sure to jump back in the ready position so you can feel the birdie wherever it may be, and keep the session going on. And my 2 clips that I looked at, my 2 YouTube clips, I will post below in my description. And yeah, that's all.